trap, pass the turn back, and then they have like 3 minions. They just flare, drop 2 more minions, and they'll be super behind. So we see StrifeCro go with the Zoo. We see the Harvest
goes the
Golem.
Druid.
Wow.
The Druid's world, man. Druid's world.
Okay, I'm surprised. Oh, Echoing. I didn't know he's playing that kind of Druid. That one's extremely strong against Warrior. And if he has a big game Hunter, it's good rate against Handlock, but we see it's Zoo. That's a pretty good... At least you can spend your mana early against Zoo, which isn't always an option for Druid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a great opening hand. All those things are super annoying to deal with. In fact, StrifeCro's hand is less irritating than RDU's right now.
Yeah, he needs to innervate for that Wrath to make it like his own Soulfire, kind of. It's like 0 mana, 2 cards. But his hand is still not quite as good.
And now, do you open up with a Knife Juggler here, or just the one Flame Imp?
Knife Juggler is a little risky against Druid. You don't want to get Wrath and pass the turn back. You want to actually, start gaining advantage. Although his turn 2... Yeah, he could just Knife Juggler turn 2 if he doesn't get something better. He would have loved like a Voidwalker instead of Slapper Gnome, but it's still better to drop 2 minions than 1 against a Druid. Knife Juggler is high risk, high reward, but there's not much more reward than having 2 creatures here.
And what do you think the best answer here is? I think Echoing Ooze might be pretty decent.
Let's see, is Echoing Ooze... Echoing Ooze is fine to pretty much everything. It's not too weak at all. Maybe he just wants the 2 creatures on the board to help him do better trades later with the spiders.
Doomguard's a pretty good draw because right now StrifeCro is running like very, very low tempo cards, and if he drops the board specifically to this Druid, it's just going to be over. Like if StrifeCro loses the creature battle, the spell damage swipes in the late game are going to give RDU an overwhelming advantage.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not wrong about that spell damage swipe. It might actually not be an RDU's deck, because I didn't remember it having the Echoing Ooze.
Oh. It's still possible. He could cut like Cenarius for Azure Drakes, something like that. Kind of makes sense. Okay, so he's gonna he might actually get a pretty good early game roar off here. They'll probably still drop the Harvest first though, unless he really wants to kill the Knife Juggler.
I like the roar. Wrath. You kill 2 creatures, you have 2 1/1s challenging Leper Gnome.
Yeah. Yeah, roar is really good here. Wow. I mean, he has a pretty clean Ooze Wrath next turn.
And you're not really playing like the type of game where you need to get your opponent low into combo range against like a Zulok. Like when a Zulok runs out of cards and board, it's just impossible to catch up against almost any deck.
Yeah. And the StrifeCro, super weak. Okay, Voidwalker's good. Voidwalker's super good. Yeah. Okay, so egg that thing. You would like an Argus or something for these eggs at some point.
Yep.
Oh man, if he top decks Argus and the Doomguard sticks, like if he Doomguards on 5 and top decks an Argus and it sticks, that'd be super strong. But it's looking really good for RDU.
Yeah, the answers are just terrific right now.
Wrath, Echoing Ooze. Oh, he might... There's always like that option
save
to
the
save
Echoing Ooze.
Yeah, save the Echoing Ooze, but he could just like Spectral Knight next turn and then Argus the Spectral Knight plus whatever else lives.
Yeah.
Or he could just force out the Argus super early next turn if he has good trades possible. But yeah, I think he has time to cast the Spectral Knight.
Well, StrifeCro on 4 mana has absolutely nothing right now. He really has to draw well here. And if it doesn't, he might just fall too far behind to make anything happen in this game. That's a great draw, though.
No, because he can't actually kill off the... Yeah.
Kill it off. I think you play it anyway. Because it makes it so it counters swipe.
Yeah, he probably wants to just Doomguard right on 5, so the tap's not going to really... Okay, maybe not.
That's a really good draw.
That one's actually... You'd like to kill off something more than an Ooze, but... Okay, he's saving it.
Okay.
Okay, so he can power Abusive to take out the Spectral Knight.
And that activates both eggs.
Yeah. Wow, that's really strong.
That is really strong. Our RDU can't really handle 2 eggs next turn. Druids, I mean, it's one of those classes that has like, efficiency, but it's hard for them to suddenly take back the board. So when the opponent has a very high tempo turn against the Druid, often it's impossible to come back. I don't think it's impossible to come back in this situation, but I mean, it's not great. Wow, did he just choose to only activate one egg?
Wow.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, 2 eggs I think was a little bit better, but I know maybe he wants the AoE protection, but I mean 4/4s are pretty hard to AoE down. Okay, so it's a pretty clean turn here. Do you think he trades into it? Trades in, it'll be at 3 HP, so it'll be a little weak to Wrath.
You've already seen a Wrath. I don't think it's that much of a risk.
When you see Echoing News, you are thinking about Argus, so that is another reason to clear.
Bring out your dead.
I just feel like he's getting so punished for not having a 4/4 right now. He could have cleared the board completely from the Druid.
Yeah, it's like, and like, yeah, 4/4s are like, they're immune to AoE basically. You can't, 2 4/4s is perfectly fine. It's not like having like a bunch of 1/1s that get swiped down.
Yeah. And then, I mean, even if you clear, all your creatures have 3 health. Again, like 3 health is super annoying, because you can't even use Force of Nature to clear 3 health.
Yeah, exactly. 3 is the magic number against Druid. Multiple 3s, of course.
Yeah.
So you can't just get Wrathed. So we see the Argus, StrifeCro, let's see. He's fine, he'd love an Owl. But there's better draws.
Now you can go ahead and activate the egg, I suppose.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Well, maybe he's thinking if the egg does protect him from AoE at this point. Probably not. Let's see. So he probably...
I wonder.
2. He actually doesn't have to activate the egg, and it's kind of like a clean kill on both the taunts. Although he might just go for a full clear here. Oh, he can't play both. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll probably just...
I think the doggy is maybe a bit better for this turn.
He has a lot of 4/4s now.
Actually, no, it's not. The problem with the doggy is that his creatures aren't positioned very well. It's not his fault, because most of them are just, you know, stuff that gets spewed out on the board. But I think with the slightly better position, the doggy would have been slightly better. Well, RDU is looking for a swipe here. Swipe is still quite good. No swipe, though.
Okay, so Force of Nature leaves a 4/4 on the board, and it leaves nothing on his side. We're just gonna go for it. Hopefully, you can get a Black Knight off next turn somehow. That's what he's hoping for.
Do you think this is the right play? I feel with that hand, you're actually like just bound to lose to the Warlock eventually. Whereas if you hold on to your Force of Nature, you could just get your opponent in combo range.
Well, he can get. There's a lot of good top decks. Like he just wants something big next turn, and he's hoping that. I was gonna say hoping StrifeCro bricks, but he's already seen 2 eggs. So like, what can he really draw that's bad? Owl, I suppose. And Void Terror is actually pretty bad as well.
Yeah, it is.
You think we're gonna see an Owl just?
Those tries are terrible, actually. I don't think there was anything worse. I don't know.
So what
like a
does RDU
Soulfire
want?
would have been worse this turn, but that was great overall for the game.
RDU has Rag, not Cenarius, right? Or actually, I don't know. Rag, he might have Cenarius. So Cenarius would be almost good. Yeah, Cenarius would be great. Almost good. I think he's still played both. No, he has to hero power.
He has
3 attack after silence, right? Yeah, he has to hero power. Okay. Oh, well, StrifeCro's dead to combo. RD is 2 cards off though. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was saying. Like, oh man, it's just so possible to win this game at this point because of that.
Well, that's how I feel is Druid versus Zoo initially, anyways. But RD had that.
2 tries at juggles. StrifeCro might have lethal here. Oh, first juggle does it. Would you have risked that second juggle? Would you have risked playing a flame up there, going from 12 to 9? Because that's not exactly the same. Like, that loses the double swipe, for instance.
I'm gonna be honest, I assumed the game was over and I wasn't looking at the knives.
Okay.
Sorry. Alright, so what does StrifeCro have left? The Druid and the Hunter? Let's see.
That was a win by StrifeCro, guys.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
RDU opened with Druid and it didn't quite work out for him. StrifeCro is ahead one game. I mean, this is a similar position that he's been against RDU. I believe it was a pretty clean-cut victory in the first round. So RDU has to bounce with Hunter or Shaman here. Now against Zoo, again, I think I did have it mixed up. I think it was not actually RDU that was running the Azure Drakes. I know Firebat was, and I thought there was one other, but I guess it was not RDU. So I might be wrong about the Explosive Trap and the Hunter, but if I'm not, it feels like that is a more clear-cut deck to pick.
Yeah, definitely Hunter over Shaman. Yeah, pretty easy. RDU Shaman does have like a lot of Death Rattle. It's like a Death Rattle Shaman, I believe, with eggs and Harvest Golem and some other things. So it's pretty strong against Warlock, but I think Hunter's great, especially with the Explosive Trap.
Well, right now RDU I think is thinking about his deck choice. I see StrifeCro is queued in for the game and is getting started up right now.
Okay, yeah, going with the Hunter. So he has. See what he's got in terms of like either the Knife Juggler Unleash or the Explosive Trap. Those are both really important things against Zoo. He gets neither. Bow is pretty good. But maybe he's really hoping for a one-drop.
Pretty good too.
Creeper's great, but let's see. Maybe he wants to guarantee like a 1-2, good 1-2 play. Loothorn is a little weak. Explosive's great.
Explosive's great, but I mean, seeing StrifeCro's hand, it's not going to be enough right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Zoo usually loses the Undertaker Wars because the Hunter has more Death Rattles and also the Owl. Yeah. But actually, RDU can't do anything about it, and interesting. So he's looking for something? Otherwise I thought Creeper would have been fine. Okay, so do you think we're going to see an Explosive Trap here? Or wait a little bit? Get the spiders out first. Okay, it's totally fine.
Wow. This thing just spirals so out of control.
Ooh, there's the Voidwalker, and RD is going to be really sad he doesn't have the bow.
Yeah.
Is there any merit to popping the... He saw the coin, so he can't get Coin Hound mastered yet, and Kill Command isn't too scary, so I don't think he has to kill the spider this turn. But he might want to start cleaning up the little spectral spiders.
But if you Soulfire, you...
Oh no, I was just thinking like abusive the Creeper and kill the other Creeper. But I think Tap and Voidwalker is totally fine. This is great.
The drop makes it pretty good. I mean, the Juggler is probably going to ping off one of those 1/1s to save an attack.
Oh yeah, and you always love to have a Creeper on the board when you have Juggler, so you can crash your Creeper and spawn some extra knives.
Yeah.
StrifeCro's definitely like thinking he's going to get bowed here. He's going to be happy to see that there's no bow. RDU not
just slamming down those Undertaker buffs.
Yeah, that actually is a little bit scary. Good thing he has a Soulfire.
Yeah, there's so much.
Definitely going to see
so much
Soulfire.
Stats and creatures on the board in one turn. I mean, that's what is that? 5/5, 6/6 worth of creature with Death Rattle effects for 3 mana. Holy cow!
I think he has to play the Knife Juggler first before Soulfiring. It's so good right here. And then maybe does he tap first? This is fine. I wasn't sure if that was what he's going to do or not, but he definitely wants to get the beast off now. Okay, do you think he taps or before he Soulfires? Probably. the abusive and the harvest golem aren't so great right here. He'd much rather, he doesn't want to toss something like an Argus, which would be like one of his most important draws here. But I think you just tap to reduce to guarantee the, not guarantee, but get better odds of keeping the Doomguard. Wow, this is risky. Oh, okay, he doesn't have to Soulfire if he buffs the Undertaker.
Yeah, my stream is really lagged out. I don't really see most of this.
Okay,
right
he's
now.
keeping the Soulfire, low risk. His board is fine. It's going to be weak to Explosive though, which RDU has. It's a little scary for our StrifeCro to play around the Explosive by, like, say, waiting for an Argus or something, because then he's really weak to Unleash at any point. Maybe not so much now. He's got only 3 creatures.
What do you think about that attack? Try and play
just
Argus.
Safer to Argus, totally fine. So, so RDU has no bow on. That's one reason to maybe pop the trap now.
Do you think it's worth it to Harvest Golem? Just to get a dagger out there? 2 health
Harvest
for 1
Golem,
face
okay.
damage?
Let's see, tap. I don't know, there's some, like a full HP Doomguard's pretty safe. The only thing it's weak to is that freezing trap that RDU has, unfortunately. No one runs Hunter's Mark anymore, right? So 5 HP Doomguard's pretty solid. Although it does weak to maybe a Belcher drop as well. Belcher freezing. That's probably what StrifeCro's reasoning for not Doomguarding is. At this point, he's trying to figure out if he cares about cards or just life totals. So it looks like he does care about cards, and maybe he doesn't want to get juked by the Belcher / freezing trap, like we said.
Yeah.
And 5
Belcher's still
HP
pretty
taken to
rare
20
Hunter.
is...
Like, I've seen it in very few Hunter decks, in fact.
I've actually seen it's pretty common just to have, like, 0, 1, or 2 are all pretty similar, but 0 is most common. I've been seeing it teched in more and more, especially in tournaments. People like maybe a slower Hunter.
Yeah, but I think like the stage 1 slower Hunter is just high mains. Stage 2 is like Belchers. Right? Because, I mean, high main is not even in every tournament Hunter deck I've seen. Some people went with the Tigers, which is like 1 step below, and others just go with the Arcane Golem action.
Yeah, and 1 high main is also common, like 1 low throw, 1 high main, something like that.
Okay.
My shield for Argus.
Ooh, Argus is such a good card.
In this tournament, it's been pretty much all the way double high main, I believe.
Okay. So he's gonna freezing trap. He can get the Argus back if he wants. So let's see. Does he need to Soulfire? It's not that good here.
No, it's not.
I'm surprised he... Okay. I think that's maybe an indication that he's going to Soulfire first, because you'd think he'd want to keep the Argus and pop that after he places the Doomguard.
Yeah, I
think
understand.
he'd play the Doomguard, yeah.
Try to Soulfire and discard one of the 2 mana ones, or don't Soulfire at all.
Yeah, and then just Argus the Doomguard next turn. Although, there's something to be said about having this,
So many
this Harvest Golem taunt is really annoying for RDU. I guess he can kill command it. But he doesn't need to keep his high main healthy, so he doesn't have to kill command it, but he's probably going to want to clear as much as possible with the... Probably clear a minion with the high main, let's see.
Yeah, high main's a very interesting card. It's such a big threat, but even when you kill it, you only really reduce its attack by 2.
Okay, so StrifeCro holding on to that Doomguard for, like, really valuing just having his cards. Or just valuing the Argus, and he wants to Argus next turn, Doomguard later. It wasn't really a good turn to Soulfire Doomguard, so maybe he's just waiting for that. I'd probably feel behind if I was StrifeCro and feel that I would need to take a risk with the Soulfire Doomguard at some point, but that wasn't a good turn to do it.
Leroy and RDU's Hunter deck. I think we did see this earlier. This does make for some fun combos with Unleash.
Yeah, Leroy next over, that combo. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep, that's one.
Hopefully
that's
we see that.
one too. Well, right now, even though both players are attacking back and forth, I think this game is going to be StrifeCro's as it stands because of the Doomguard. And because of that, I think RDU may actually have to risk a Leroy to make this happen.
Wow. Oh, you like okay. So can he even do anything with Argus? This is messy.
Possibilities.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, actually, if he's not worried about Houndmaster, which he could have maybe made the right read that he doesn't have, he could just go face with Argus. That's nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna see him go face. Oh, yeah. If he wants to go face, he'd put it on the right like that.
Just to maximize damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And RDU is already hovering over Leroy there.
Oh, actually, wait. If he throws the Leper Gnome in, he gets 2 of the 4 damage anyways. But he loses a. He might throw the Leper Gnome in. Let's see. He's doing math on that. He has 6 damage, 6, 7, 8. He would take him to 8 HP, so he'd have to not discard the Doom Guard, or have something live. And I guess he's not worried about it because the only thing that RDU can taunt is the Beast, and he's not going to kill the Savannah into Hyenas anyways, so he doesn't have to kill the Lothar, I guess.
I don't... Like, what out does RDU have right now?
Something involving like 2 owls and a bow, maybe. Or Unleash. Knife Juggler Unleash. Knife Juggler Unleash, of course. Although he doesn't have much room.
Close.
Yeah. I mean, as he sees on the board, there's like some very slim hope, but not really.
Yeah.
I think right now he has to Leroy the dog, and then trade a 1/1, right?
Yeah, that would leave him with 4 power on the board. And he's at 6. I mean, oh, okay.
He's at
trade
4,
the dog.
leave him with 3.
3, you're right. If he trades this fighter. Okay.
He had a technical way to live there, at least from his side of the board, but who are we kidding? Warlock can come up 1 damage just about every time. Except when you need to sometimes. I actually remember it was a game yesterday where Lacrissa needed to draw like 1 damage or 2 damage or something like that, like 4 or 5 turns in a row, and it just never happened, and she lost to a shaman.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that game. That was rough. Yeah.
Well, we should get into the next match pretty soon here. So RDU is down 2 games. StrifeCro is still working him with the Warlock here.
Yeah, and obviously RDU is showing that he didn't pick the Shaman before the Hunter, so he doesn't feel that it's a good matchup.
Yeah, I feel like the Shaman doesn't actually even do that well against Zoom most of the time. Like, if you don't draw Lightning Storm, it's very hard to catch up.
Not to mention StrifeCro's got the Hunter already, and the Druid, which I think are greater than 50% for a Shaman. Yeah. It's really rough for RDU here. Okay. So I don't know too much about RDU Shaman, but I believe it's just pretty standard Death Rattle.
I'm not sure.
Okay. StrifeCro, not the greatest.
You have to keep the Lightning Storm.
Yeah. Feral Spirits are a little bit weak without, like, something before it to protect. Oh, Bloodlust is awful, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fight for board control over and over, and if you're winning, you just won the game anyway. Bloodlust is just a win more card you can't really afford to have, especially in your opener.
I think I was watching and he has 2 Bloodlust, which means probably no Alakir, no Doomhammer, which are some of the better cards against Zoo. Ooh, Bloodlust is just... Oh, that's awful. Okay, hopefully you can make magic happen with this Lightning Storm somehow. StrifeCro's hand is not too exciting.
It is pretty resilient against Lightning Storm as well. Like, the Voidwalker may not even die to it.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, Zombie Chow's good. I mean, you gotta think about that. I mean, if you're gonna run Zombie Chow, Bloodlust kind of makes sense, because you're playing the sticky minion game where you just kill them in 1 turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, Shamans are generally always playing the sticky minion game. And Bloodlust still hasn't been too good for them. But
Yeah.
we'll see if it works out. I wonder what matchups he wants that Bloodlust for. It's definitely not Zoo. Yeah, I don't think it's for his Hunter either. Although it could be alright, I guess. But
I think
Doomhammer's
it'd be
generally
Druid
better.
most of the time.
Yeah. Okay, does Harvest Golem do anything that Creeper doesn't? Probably not. Has one more power. And Coin Argus would be great next turn, I think. Although you might want a Lightning Storm first.
I wonder.
Actually, Coin Lightning Storm here is not too bad.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Imagine StrifeCro has a 3-drop, like,
Yeah, it's mostly bad because your next turn is going to suck. You're going to be on 1 mana.
it's not making the attack. Okay. It's fine, I guess. StrifeCro's board's, yeah, really weak. Maybe RDU, so RDU didn't want to make the attack because he wants it for sure. That tells me that he wants a Lightning Storm pretty quickly and keep the strongest board possible. So if he does it on 3, on his turn 4, he'll have 2 mana plus coin. He could do the Harvest Golem on his follow-up. It's not bad. He can even save the coin and just totem. Yeah, I think we might see an early Lightning Storm here.
Well, turn 3 is reasonable for Lightning Storm. It doesn't really shut you out on your next turn too much.
Yeah, and that Haunted Creeper should be around by the time he wants to Argus, and he could even pop it if he needs 2 targets. Now, this should work out. Okay, StrifeCro thinking about things like Argus and maybe even Lightning Storm. Wow, that Leopardome trade. Interesting.
Well, it does make it so if StrifeCro does get Lightning Storm, that the remainder of the Creeper can finish off the Chow.
Yeah.
He has the Dark Iron in hand. So
Maybe
it is
StrifeCro
a pretty
knows-
safe word play.
Yeah. You can... Maybe he knows RU doesn't have Alakir Doomhammer, which means it's really hard for the Shaman to outvalue the Zoo, so he could just play for cards and tap a bunch. As long as he doesn't open himself up to Bloodlust, he'll win on value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Owl tap is fine, and if he Dark Irons, doesn't really do anything. I guess he can kill the zombie Chow and then go face with the Flame Imp.
But that seems
Maybe.
fine.
Actually, if I know StrifeCro and the way he saved the egg the other game, he'll want to really keep his AoE protection on the board. Okay, I was wrong. He's breaking it.
Yeah, I mean that's just a very fair play. He breaks
Well, it's
it,
fine.
but for a safe board
Yeah.
play.
It's totally safe. A 4/4 and some 1/1s. Not really vulnerable to AoE at all. Whenever you have an Azure Drake, you're really afraid of Soulfire. But is it his best play anyways?
Well, you can always coin Bloodlust and kill the Dark Iron.
Coin Bloodlust. Is that as high as value Bloodlust is going to get?
It might be.
Matchup? Okay, so he's trying to get a better Lightning Storm maybe. He'll deal with whatever the trades later.
Yeah.
StrifeCro's hand's really situational.
I think right now StrifeCro's actually going to use Power Overwhelming.
I think so too.
I think it's Power Overwhelming,
Powerful clear.
Undertaker.
Yeah, that's solid.
Well, it's going to get punished, but...
It's gonna get punished, but it's the best move.
Couch, you're dead.
It's still going to leave RDU with nothing. Like, it's still going to leave StrifeCro with the board, even though he loses a lot of cards here.
Yeah, let's see RDU's follow-up. He's got pretty high value. Oh, Azure Drake is like maybe even his highest value card. Okay, so yeah, RDU winning the value war. They're both even on board, unless the StrifeCro tops the Doomguard. He doesn't.
Pretty poor draw with the Argus. Though it kind of works with the egg a little bit.
Yeah, he really wants to get 2 Argus targets.
Yeah.
But he is going to give up the Silence, which doesn't really do much in the matchup, just like the Flame Tongue and the Mana Tide. And
Just
about
get
it.
another body out there that kills the totem if
Yeah.
it has to.
Oh, yeah, 2/1s are like at their best against an empty board Shaman. Shamans don't really want to Earth Shock or Flame Tongue or Lightning Bolt that. Is he going to though? 4 mana.
I think you really want Azure Drake, even
Point
though it's
Drake.
going to get punished.
Yeah, this is the best time for it. Any other time you're afraid of Soulfire and losing tempo immediately. Okay, cool. And he's
Oh,
got the
there's a
follow-up
Fire
Flame
Elemental
Tongue,
in there.
Fire Elemental, Earthshock. Oh, and he really wants to Earthshock the egg. I'm sorry, he wouldn't Earthshock the
Oh,
owl.
whoa. That's a good card.
Oh,
You can Void Tear into Argus.
okay. So how many do you kill everything or just the egg? Probably just the egg.
Yeah, just the egg, I'd imagine.
So many
Oh, but where do you put the? Oh,
possibilities.
okay, so you have to Argus. So you Argus the egg, the Nerubian and the owl then. 5/5 and a 3/2 seems solid.
Oh, I
Um,
think I just Argus the bigger creatures.
okay, okay.
You'd
Yeah, I guess
have, yeah, because, like,
Oh, he doesn't want to. Okay.
roll
Oh,
a tap.
that's actually pretty good. I think we were just looking at the Void Terror. Like, he wants to keep the egg for AoE protection. We want him to pop the egg because we see the Earthshock in RDU's hand. I think that's kind of part of it. Although, when you have the Void Terror in your hand like this, isn't it just going to sit in your hand if you don't use it in a situation like this?
Probably.
Okay,
oh,
so
no,
you
he just goes for it.
Phew. Let's take the 3/5. That's good. And a 4/4. Board is great to AoE, and it's not too weak to Flame Element, Fire Elemental.
RDU just going for the highest damage drop off the board.
Yeah.
He could have chosen to kill the Void Terror, but
Oh.
I guess he feels that if there's some face action, or if there's, I guess, Argus, which there is, that the 3 attack is not really good enough. The Soulfire draw, as we see, is very big. Soulfire into another Argus. Oh man.
Yeah.
RDU needs a Hex. Earthshock. Well,
Shock takes it to 3/2. 3/2 is still pretty annoying right here. Maybe he wants to get 2 Argus targets with the Flame Tongue? No.
That seems really desperate.
Yeah, he has to Earthshock this turn. Oh, just 1. Okay. And we see the Bloodlust just shift to get shuffled to the left side of the hand as it usually does. We'll probably see 2
no
there.
surprise there.
We'll see another one drawn and it just gets shuffled to the left, and we'll see 2 Bloodlust on the left.
Again with the Juggler draw, that's pretty big. But, I mean, as it stands, StrifeCro can just clear the board again, and then just juggle face. Because actually, the Juggles, they have to get very lucky for them to actually be meaningful on the board.
So many possibilities.
So do you clear first? Oh, whoa, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you probably...
I think I like Egg Argus, and you do the Argus into the buffed Totem, and then the buffed Void Terror into the Argus. So you
Yeah,
keep
it's
both
clean.
your creatures
Shouldn't
at
be
1
too worried
health,
about Lightning
and you
Storm.
have a taunted Egg that could just get sniped by Lightning Storm if he was desperate enough.
I think he knows RDU's hand is he knows that there's only 1 Lightning Storm left, and he knows RDU doesn't have Doomhammer Elkir, so he's thinking like the only way he loses is to Lightning Storm plus a drop. No, it's still the only play. Yeah. You always like to look at the obvious play and then you think if there's any other options, but I don't think there is. It's pretty cut and dry.
Well, right now I was thinking of Argusing not the Egg, which I don't like too much.
I'm
Like,
fine with this.
that-
This is safer to Lightning Storm.
Just because it guaranteed kills the Egg.
Guarantees keep something on the board so you don't fall behind on board, which is the only way he loses is to Bloodlust.
Well,
It's like-
the other way, you'd basically trade off the taunt onto the Egg, so you'd have a 2/1 Argus instead, and you'd have a 1/3 taunted Egg instead of the 3/2 taunted Argus.
Let's see. I like I like having. See, he's got the 2, the 3, and the 4, so you can kill the totem with the 2. You can kill the 3, which in this case is the Flame Tongue with the 3. He's got like a lot of variability with the attack power. I like that. Whereas the 1/3 egg,
the other way, you
1/3
get
egg,
a 1 attack power. You
No,
get
no, that doesn't-
ultimate variability.
1/3 doesn't do anything. It doesn't. It only kills Searing Totem. That's it, which you don't care about. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing the 1/3 totem and half killing, and then just putting damage on your egg for no reason. I'm totally fine with this. Unless he really wanted to pop the egg pretty soon, and he wanted to give it the power, I'm totally fine with this.
Well, RDU can't make it work. I mean, his deck is just filled with win more cards, and when the opener doesn't go your way, you really can't make anything work. This just feels like Arena to me. It's like, you know, you got 2 Flame Tongues, you got a Bloodlust, you got all these like 3-drop creatures, and whenever you play more than 2 things, you just die to Flame Strike again and again and again, and then again.
It's even better than Arena, because StrifeCro knows RD doesn't have anything big except for Fire Elemental. That's like all he has to think about is Fire Elemental and Lightning Storm. You can play around those 2 cards, he'll just guaranteed win the game. Like, what can RDU draw? Azure Drake, Lightning Storm, with an Earth Shock in there somewhere. It's not looking good.
Yeah,
and StrifeCro still has 2
Doom
Doom
Guards.
Guards.
Is almost 0.
StrifeCro can get Doom Guard at any point. Okay.
Get in there and fight.
Just shoving. Oh. This is the most dead of draws.
And win more cards.
Although,
Like
actually,
these.
that would have been a way to get him back in, is if he drew the eggs before he had to play the Arguses, and then he had guaranteed, like, valuable Argus targets. Get the 4/4s, clean up. Not happening.
Well, StrifeCro doesn't have lethal, but he has Loatheb and way, way too many creatures to care.
Yeah. I guess... Geddon would have been a nice draw from RDU. I think that's popular in Shaman these days, I'm not sure.
No, it's not so good.
Oh,
Because
really?
if you're the Shaman, you want to use your hero power. That kind of doesn't work with that too well. Well, RDU
Locals
gets
value.
rushed, man. Holy cow. That makes it so RDU is actually 1-6 against StrifeCro's lineup in this tournament.
Okay,
He
so
just
we're
got
gonna